Hi there, this is Ranjit, and in this video we'll be doing the unboxing and review for this game controller for smartphones. And I have been a big console gamer, and I really like to play with these controllers. So yes, these days smartphones have become very good and we have very good games. But again, I feel controller is the ideal way to play the games. And this is a product that seems to do that, and it says that it works with Android and it's working over Bluetooth. And this is made by AMKit, and this is the version 2, hence the Pro 2. And I purchased this one from Amazon. The price quoted here on the box is 2,900, but it was an inaugural offer and I picked it up for 2,300. And if you look at the back, again, it gives us an idea about the product, and looks like popular games are supported. At least these are some of the popular games that we find on Android, and it works over Bluetooth 3, so it should be compatible with a lot of Android devices. And it says it has about 10 meters of range, and it also has a built-in battery that's a 400 milliamp hour, so that's nice. So let's open this up and we get some pamphlets, whatever. And again, as I mentioned, we have to download this app, and looks like we have to activate this on the smartphone, the app. So that is something I have to check, because I generally keep on changing the smartphones, so I have to check if I change the smartphone, will it work or not. And again, it says that some of the popular games are supported. Again, a basic guide that is in black and white, and this is the controller itself. It's very light, I have to say, if we compare it with the controllers like the PS4 or the Xbox One. So very light in weight, I have to say. And this is the charging cable, that is the USB to micro USB, so you can use any micro USB cable. And this is the stand. You can use this stand with tablets. It supports tablets up to 10 inches. This is optional, you don't need it actually, but let me keep these things to the side. Let's look at the controller itself. Let's peel this off. Again, it's plastic. We have two analog controllers, a D-pad. So we have the triggers, bumpers over here, and XYZ and home and menu. Again, feels a bit light, and we also have a micro USB port, so the batteries are rechargeable. You don't have to put batteries, you can just recharge it. So let me do one thing, let me actually pair it with a smartphone, and in the later part of the video I'll give you my experience with this controller. So now I've used this controller for a day and I have tested it with multiple smartphones. And the thing is that this opens and you can put your smartphone in this. We have these buttons, I'll come back to that. But there is one bug that I have noticed. This is the stand and you put your smartphone within this one. And the thing is that you'll notice that for many of the smartphones, the buttons, the volume button or the rocker is over here, so that interferes. So you have to actually keep it on this side. It's not exactly centered, so it feels a little bit awkward, I would say. For example, on my Nexus 6B, it was very awkward, and whenever I inserted it, always, as you can see, the volume rocker is on the center on the Nexus 6B, and if you keep it, it interferes with the volume rocker. So I have to keep it like this, which was a little bit uncomfortable, I would say. So your mileage will depend upon the smartphone, so it's a little bit wonky like this because of the volume rocker. But again, if the volume rocker is on the side, this won't affect you. Anyways, let me just take this out. As I mentioned, we have an app, and this app is not mandatory. When you invoke this app will just show you the games that are compatible with this gamepad. Not all the games work, but many of the popular games, as you can see, are available and they work fine. So actually you don't need this app, and I tested it on this Moto X Force also. I did not install the app, but then also I was able to pair it and make it work. And I also tested it with this Vibe X3 and even with this Moto X Force. And let me actually show you using this. I'll just use this stand. This is the tablet stand, and we can use this. And the first thing that I'll do is you have to pair it, switch on your Bluetooth, and this is the on button. Just hold it for a while, and if it's paired, right now as you can see it's paired, and it's in the gaming mode. We have two modes. One is the gaming mode, and if you press this M button once, it moves to the mouse mode. And you can close this if you're not mounting it, it's not required. And let me actually show you using a few games now. So this is Real Racing 3 and we are just going to use this controller, and as it runs on Bluetooth you can sit even 10 feet away and it will work. As you can see, I'm just going to play this game now. I'm just going to use these controls. And as you can see, it works perfectly. There is no lagginess or whatsoever, and I would say this controller is ideal if you play a lot of racing games or first person shooters. For example, as you can see, it runs very well without any issues. You can look at the back, and it takes about I would say an hour or so to get used to this one. Let me move to another game now. Asphalt 8 also runs very well on this device. As you can see, I played it with the Moto X Force and it ran very well. Now let's move to another game. So this is Dead Trigger, and again, as you can see, it's running perfectly fine, no lagginess or whatsoever. But one thing I have noticed is that when I was playing it with the Lenovo Vibe X3, the Bluetooth connection was not that great, and it was a little bit laggy. So I thought the controllers were sticky, but the controllers work great with this Nexus 6P and the Moto X Force. As you can see, it's running this game very well. So everything works very well on this. You can lob grenades and stuff. So this is Leo's Fortune. As you can see, we can see the controller also over here, and as you can see, it works perfectly, and it's a very enjoyable experience, I would say, playing with the controller. So this is Modern Combat 5, a FPS game, and as you can see, it's way easy to play these games with the controller. As you can see, can get those headshots and stuff way more easily, and as you can see, it's working perfectly with this one also. So I played these games for quite some time, I have to say, and the experience was actually very good. And playing with the controller after some time, yes, as I mentioned, it takes some time to get used to it, an hour or so. Then it is a lot more enjoyable experience, I would say, than playing on the touch screen. You can just use this button, again the home button, hold it for a couple of seconds and it will switch it off. So that's the way you switch it off. And as it is having a rechargeable battery, that's a good thing. You don't have to worry. AMKit claims that it should last for about 12 hours. I didn't play for 12 odd hours, but I must have played for about 6-7 hours and still the battery is there. So that's a good thing, and it's a rechargeable battery. What I feel is the controller is a little bit on the lighter side if you are coming from controllers like the Xbox or the PS4. And after you mount the phone on it, for example like this, definitely it becomes top heavy. As you can see, if you just leave it, it goes down. So they should have added a little bit of weight over here, because it certainly feels a little bit top heavy in this orientation. But if you're going to play it like me, putting on this tablet stand, then you should not have a issue. And according to AMKit, this tablet stand can hold tablets up to 10 inches in sizes. So overall, I would say a very interesting product. But another thing that I have noticed is that I could pair it with multiple Android devices, but it does not store the profile. So for example, right now it's connected to my Nexus 6P. Let's say I want to now use it with this Moto X Force. I have to again pair it. So you have to pair it again and again if you are switching between the devices. So that's a minor con in my opinion. And also the app is just going to list the games that are compatible. It does not do anything like configuring the controllers or adjusting the sensitivity. Those options are not there. So overall, I would say this Evo Gamepad Pro 2 is a nice device if you play a lot of games. But again, not all the games will run with this. For example, Nova 3 simply did not run with this controller, so you have to be aware of that. Overall, it's a very good product if you play a lot of FPS and racing games. This product is available on Amazon, and if you're going to buy it, please use my link. It'll be in the YouTube show notes. It does help the channel. Thanks for watching this video. This is Ranjit, and I hope to see you in my next video.